Everybody wants to drink alkaline water or claim that our food is acidic. And I just got finished showing you how the kidney is going to take some of that urea and excrete it as ammonia. Again, chemistry. There's a whole chapter of acids, bases, and buffers. So let me break this down quickly. Acid is a proton donator, so it normally has a positive charge. A base is a proton acceptor. Now, how is this represented in our body? Acid, bases, and buffers. Why? Because our body has to work at a perfect pH. For definition, buffer is a compound that changes the pH slowly. Whether it's going to change it, a buffer can be either something that's going to help buffer the acid to make it less acidic, or it can buffer the base. So they operate within a very narrow pH range because, again, our body has to be perfect. If it's too acidic, like 6.9, or if it's too alkalic, like 7.9, we're sick. Or there's something else going on in our body that's not allowing us to correct the acid-base abnormality. We're sick. I mentioned once before how there are like about 4 mechanisms in our body that try to help maintain a balance of our pH. I mentioned there's bicarbonate, which is in our blood. I mentioned it acts within minutes once you ingest something. There's also the way we can blow off carbon dioxide as we expirate or exhale. That's another way of getting rid of acid. Bones, again, in the form of sulfates or phosphates, that can also help buffer the acid level in our blood. And again, lastly, the kidney, which takes about 3 or 4 days, again, to get rid of that acid by either converting it to ammonia. So these are some examples of how our body can balance the acid-base level. The kidney also can get rid of extra base. Again, it's a certain area in the tubule where it can excrete the base in exchange for chloride. So the kidney is an excellent buffer. It just takes days. Our blood can take minutes. It's going to react right away. And all again, these 4 mechanisms to try to help maintain our pH as close to 7.4 as possible. Acid-base imbalances. Again, I told you when you're sick, if you bake too much acid, you have conditions called metabolic acidosis. The majority of the people I see that have metabolic acidosis are usually septic from a bacterial infection. You can have a respiratory acidosis, meaning that you are not blowing off the carbon dioxide. Those are people who be taking drugs and pass out, and now they're not breathing. So they're breathing slower. There's an example of somebody who has a respiratory alkalosis, meaning they're blowing off real fast. When you're running, or again, when you're having infection in your blood, one of the things that if you have this acidosis from all the bacteria products that are in your blood, your body is going to try to balance this. It's going to try to blow off more of the CO2. That's called respiratory alkalosis. So you have all these things. Why do we have a lot of hype about alkaline water? I have no idea. Okay? Drinking pH water of 7.69 and 7.8, why? I just told you all the mechanisms that your body is going to go through to make sure that your pH balance is 7.4. Now, your urine can get more alkalinic or more acidic based on if you try to take more bicarb to try to, make it more alkalic. We even have medications like potassium citrate to try to make your urine pH more base-like. But as a physician, again, we use this to try to help you pass certain kidney stones. That's where we use these buffers of bases or acids, but that's to change, again, not the blood pH. We're changing the urine pH. Your blood is going to maintain its pH of 7.4. I don't care how much acidic food you eat. I don't care how much pH 7.8 water you drink. I just list you a few mechanisms of what your body is going to do. It's got to maintain the pH 7.4. So yes, buying alkaline water, in my opinion, is a waste of your money.